What's up, everyone? Hope everyone's doing good. As always, we're gonna kick this stream off with some comment section. We only got 8, which is great. Swig of water for all the nose breathers out there. Alright. So, today we're gonna rush through a bunch of bounties, make some money, and do some low flying in some other ships. I've been killing it in the Arrow, and I think I need to diversify a little bit. I'm gonna go low fly a little bit in the... What's that new ship I just bought? The M50. The Origin M50. I want to go take that out for a few spins. So we're going to do that. But first, we're going to hit up some comments. Kick it off with a... Amazing. Amazing.
Amazing!
This person says amazing. I always forget where I left off the previous day. I think it was here somewhere. Yeah, I think it was this one. So so first of all, crying. If somebody lies about something and someone calls them out or corrects them, are they crying? Are they crying? Because here's the thing, a lot of people criticize Star Citizen, and I actually, here, let me share this. There we go. So this person says, coming from the dude crying anytime people criticize his glorified tech demo of a game. There's been a lot of criticism, and I agree with it, actually, quite a lot of it. The actual criticism. Saying it's a tech demo, and that it's not a game, that it's a scam, that it's never coming out, like, all these things are not... A lot of it's just lies, right? Because you hate something, you're going to lie about it to make it seem worse than it is, to try to convince other people to also hate it. It's like the same angle with all these people. But when somebody lies about something and you expose them lying, call out what they're doing, and then correct the record, they call it crying. Why do they call it crying? Because they have to belittle you, right? Because they got caught lying, and so now they have to turn on you. It's kind of part of the human psyche. And we don't respond to these people. because they're not serious people, right? If you had anything of actual real substance to say, of critique, if you actually made an argument that was worth anything, you would have said that, right? But they don't. They got nothing. The thing is, there's a whole bunch of stuff that they could have, but they don't pay attention to it because they hate it. No one pays attention to things they hate, right? They don't look at the details and be like, oh, look what they did. It's no one's doing that. So this poor person, they don't look. If you still think Star Citizen's a tech demo, you're living in 2015, right? So I can't help you. And if you don't want to, if you want to speak on things you no longer know about, you're just gonna sound ignorant. I don't really care. But sure, you can say that I'm crying because you said bad words about my tech demo. If that's how you want to imagine that scenario, that's fine. But in fact, if you go through and you can see, when I say a lot in replies to comments, it's usually because the person was just flat out lying. It was obvious they hadn't played the game and had no idea what they were talking about, and the things they were saying were just flat out not true. So I called them out for that. The same has happened with Elite Dangerous. People have flat out lied about Elite Dangerous, and I wrote them a paragraph exposing them. Why are you lying about this? You know. Turns out they weren't lying. They had no idea, right? They said, okay, now try to leave your ship in Elite Dangerous, and I was like, yeah, you absolutely can. Why would you lie and say you can't leave your ship in Elite Dangerous when you can? And they didn't know. They hadn't played in 4 years. I was like, yeah, 3 years ago, whatever. This was like a year and a half ago. But yeah, it's quite. They never explain. They just say, "Oh, you're crying." It's like, okay, but crying about what? Explain it to me. Did you even read what I said? A lot of these people are like, their comprehension skills are appalling. Like, they can't read in paragraphs. They're quite literally not capable. It's that brain rot, man, that TikTok brain. It's kind of sad, and people call it TikTok brain, but it's TikTok style videos are on YouTube, on X, on Instagram. Everyone's doing it. So it's just like, it's more of like, it's just brain rot, trending brain rot, and people just suck that stuff up, and it quietly ruins it literally ruins like their pathways, you know, in their brain, and they no longer connect dots. They no longer really think about stuff. They don't really care anything other than, you know, what's in their own little bubble. It's rough out there, man. Everyone's in their own bubble. They have no idea what's going on around them. I don't know why people keep comparing Space Trucking Simulator to Spaceship NFT Simulator. Spaceship NFT Simulator doesn't make sense. Because that doesn't really make, like, that wouldn't be a simulator. Space Trucking Simulator, that's a simulator. But Spaceship NFT Simulator, that doesn't really make sense. Next comment. They both lose to X4. I've seen a little bit of X4, but it's definitely not it's a bit of a different game. It's also a space game. It also has the whole kind of open element, but it's different. I wouldn't say it's the same. And talk about arcadey when it comes to, you know, pew pew. Let's see here. Does the rolling of the ship seem realistic to you? This guy was the guy who was complaining about inertia, and it's like, do you understand, like, controlling a ship with a keyboard button versus an analog stick? Like, how does he not understand this? Whoops, double L's. He sees a clip of a small ship adjusting its not pitch. What's the opposite of pitch? I don't know. But it's, cuz I was coming in a little sideways. So I adjusted a little bit. And it's like a tiny little movement, and I'm in a small ship, so it's kind of an instant little adjustment. And he's looking at it and then being like, this game sucks, there's no inertia with the ships. And it's like, and I called it out. I said he's never played the game. He has never played the game. So he thinks there's no inertia. The ships have no inertia in Star Citizen because of a, like, 30 seconds of a short that he saw, when, like, he doesn't understand how the ship was being controlled. I mean, just go look at any of the guys that use sticks. Their ships are like, it's much smoother because they're not tapping on a keyboard. They're not tapping buttons on a keyboard. And this guy, for some reason, just can't understand that, like, there's some nuance here, right? It's not just about how that ship is, like, the mechanics of that ship in the game. That's not just about that. It's what are you using to control it? And then also, how big is the ship? Small ships shouldn't have much inertia. There's not much to stop. If you're rolling, there's not, like, it's not going to take a few turns to slow down and stop and then come back. With bigger ships in Stars, like, try rolling in one of the large ships in Star Citizen and then stopping your roll. It takes some time. Why? Because there's more inertia. Why? Because there's more weight. And this guy is, like, not, he doesn't see, like, the nuance of what he's talking about at all. I don't think he really actually understands, and I don't think I'm gonna explain it to him. You can quite literally find out yourself if he actually is, like, honest about it. If he actually wants to know, he can just type in, like, Star Citizen ships and watch other people fly ships, different kind of ships, and then see how they're turning, or I forget what it is. It's not pitch. It's roll radius, roll pitch. I don't know. Your roll maneuvering, like when you compare it to Elite Dangerous. I was playing in this clip specifically. It's this one where I go land at the station. I was basically just comparing landing at a station, but everyone kind of blows it up. Hey, what's going on, Winter Mister? Good to see you. Just getting through some comments here. People have a difficulty believing very basic things. But anyway, when I filmed this clip, I was using my PS4 controller, because I had it mapped for Elite Dangerous, because that's how I learned how to play it. I didn't want to learn how to play Elite Dangerous on mouse and keyboard, so I just mapped my controller, and then I only know how to play Star Citizen on mouse and keyboard. So in that specific clip, I'm actually in an arrow. Now that I'm looking at it, I'm in an arrow. Yes, the arrow is tiny, and if you move, it makes very sharp adjustments. That's actually why we like it. But not like immediately he just thinks all the ships are like that, but from watching it. That's why I called him out. He's like, you don't actually play this game. And turns out I was right. Because I actually think about what people say, and so you can determine a lot when you actually think about what a person has said. You can tell a lot by... If a person is speaking about something you know a lot about, you can tell a lot about the person, right? You're going to see where they kind of lie, or if they stick to what's true, like they say what you know from your experience. Like, you can always tell the truth, man. Like, when someone is saying the truth, you can always tell, like, instantly, because it just like, yes, this matches what I know, what I feel. And a lot of these people say things, and it's like, what are you talking about? There's no way this person plays the game. See, look here. He says he did play the game, and he swapped back to Elite. It's like, no, you didn't. You can lie and say you did, but like the way you talk, there's zero chance. Like the last word I would use to describe Star Citizen, there's tons. People use the word buggy. Okay, that's fair in many instances. You know, people use the word beautiful, realistic. People use the word janky. That's fine if that was your experience. He used the word cartoonish. Like, what are you talking about? If you were talking about No Man's Sky and you would use the word cartoonish, I'd be like, yeah, their graphics are more cartoonish than Elite Dangerous or Star Citizen, maybe Starfield. I could understand that, but not of Star Citizen. Cartoonish is like, you've not played the game then, because that's not the word you would use to describe it. Unless you were lying about it and you just wanted to downplay it, you would use a word like that. But yeah, I call you out. I'm sorry if you're gonna lie. And it's obvious. Like, you can keep lying and look like an idiot. A cash cow. Every game is a cash cow, dude. Video games would not exist if there was no money in it. Let me just explain this very carefully. Money makes the world go round. That includes everything in the world. If there was no money, if people made movies and none of them ever made any money, it was a money hole. The only people making movies would be politicians, because they would pay money to create a message or bring attention to something, right? It would all be activism and politics. If people made entertaining movies that told stories and stuff, and they went in the theaters, and every theater was empty all the time, no one ever went, no money was ever made, guess what? They would stop making the movies. If no one ever bought games, ever, never, games wouldn't exist, because people wouldn't, there would be no money to be made. So, you know, maybe some like passion project stuff might exist, but they would take forever, and they would be extremely like low budget, kind of not very good. I don't understand why it's fine for other gaming companies to make hundreds of $millions. What company made the Harry Potter game? The one that just came out like last year or the year before, something like that. What company made that game? They made $1 billion in a week. In a week. I didn't hear anyone saying that game's a cash cow. Like, what are you talking about? All these other gaming companies are making so much money, and they're putting out unfinished games. I don't hear like they're all just cash cows. It's like, come on. Every game is a cash cow. It's the nature of the business of the industry. Every game exists to make money. It's just the reality of it at this point. Why do we have to explain this to people? This is why I think age, like, you can be anonymous on the internet. That's fine. I'm fine with that. But your age needs to be there. Everyone needs to know how old you are. Like, fact, this person is this old according to their identification that they have to submit in order to create their account. Your name can be whatever. No one can find out who you are, but your age needs to be there so that when I'm talking, like if I'm talking to a 14-year-old right now, I understand why they would say something like this, because they don't understand the economics of the gaming industry and how no games would exist if there was no money. If all games were just free, there would be like 95% less games than there are right now. And that's being pretty nice in the argument. Like, but yeah, like kids, I would never call a kid retarded either, because when I was 14, I didn't know anything either. I was full of opinions and I didn't know anything. So I would not talk to, like, if this is an adult, that's embarrassing. You don't understand that all games are cash cows. Like, even all the free games you can download, those are the worst cash cows because of all the extras you can buy and stuff. That's where they make their money. That's why the game is free. And there's always that good saying, right? What is it? If it's free, then you're the product, right? That's kind of how it works. If a game is free, it's because, I mean, with like mobile games, for instance, a lot of those are free, but there's like just how much advertising, right? And then the add-ons and the speed ups and the whatevers, you know, it's all like, it's all for money. People need to just like realize it's all for money. Come on now. You see ships for going for money in Elite though now, because they're doing it also. Why? For money. And here's the thing. That's not a. You understand that if they can sell a ship for $1,000 and people buy it, why would you stop? Why would you stop? Elite Dangerous. Look, let me tell you right now. If Frontier Developments could sell a ship for $1,000 and people would buy it, they would be doing it and they wouldn't stop. And you cannot argue that. Humble, dude, they're making it for money. You realize that, right? Like, a price is set based on how many people do we think are gonna pay for this. If they could sell a ship for $1,000, they would. Don't come here and tell me that Frontier Developments is humble. All right, that's some garbage. I've bought a lot of stuff from their website, like ship kits and stuff. It's made in a way so that there's always enough credit left where it's not enough to buy something, so you have to buy more in order to use more, and then you want to tell me that they're humble with like their prices. They just started selling ships, right, for real money before the ships come out. You're not gonna... If they could sell the ships for more, they would be. The problem is people won't buy them if they're too expensive. So with Star Citizen, they're like, make it $1,000. Make the Carrack pack $1,100. And then a whole bunch of people bought it. So why would they then say, no, let's be humble about it. Let's just sell it for like $400. No one does that. Just so you're aware, in the corporate world, right? We don't live in some fairy tale land where people do things to be nice. Okay, in the corporate world, everyone is doing something for money. Okay, so when it comes to Elite Dangerous, they're all doing it for money. When it comes to Star Citizen, they're all doing it for money, and they will do it for as much money as they can get. Right? Unfortunately, the marketing team for CIG has always been better than the marketing team for Frontier Developments. It's just true. When I was playing Elite Dangerous every single day, we used to pull our freaking hair out, wondering, are we ever gonna see an Elite Dangerous ad on YouTube or anywhere, like, ever? They didn't advertise. They didn't market. It was wild to us. And then now eventually they've copied CIG and they've started selling ships early for real money. And I don't understand why they weren't doing it all along. And they should have been making huge, crazy ships. I mean, think about this. As a marketing team, when carriers came out, why didn't they sell carriers for like $800 like 6 months before they wanted them to come out? So like some people had carriers because they spent the money. I can guarantee you right now there would have been thousands of people that spend the hundreds of dollars to get a carrier early before everyone else. Guaranteed. But they didn't do it. Why? Because then you take that money and you put it back into the game. You get a better product. And like the fans understand that. Well, the smart fans know that. They understand, like, the more money they make, the better game we have a chance of getting. Now, obviously, I said chance because mismanagement's a possibility. Anything could happen. Look at Frontier Developments. They promised us a bunch of stuff, and then they basically sold out. They became a publicly traded company. A Chinese company came, bought a massive share, and then the whole direction of their company went a whole different way. And a lot of funds were rerouted to other projects to then, do publishing over game development. And so it comes down to the individual, right? Do you want to spend your money? Who do you trust? Whoever you trust, go spend your money with them. Or don't spend your money with anyone. I don't spend money with anyone at all anymore. Like, I ain't buying extra stuff for Star Citizen. I ain't buying anything for Frontier. I've got like 13,000 arcs or something still over there on my account. Just understand that this is about money. If they can make $1,000, if they can sell a fake digital asset that's just a ship in a game for $1,000 and people will buy it, then they're going to do it. And when other people see them doing it, they're going to start doing it also. And I can guarantee you the ships for Elite Dangerous will only get more expensive because they want to see how many people, it gets to a point where it's like 10 people will buy this ship for $100. That means we make $1,000. But 2 people will buy this ship for $1,000, which means we will make $2,000, which means they're going to sell the ship for $1,000. So you need to understand that as well. The missions did resume having me shoot down little fighters rather than bigger ones. Okay. That is good to know. I wonder also, I always wondered if there was like the NPCs kind of reacted differently based on your rep, right? Because I feel like as I repped up, man, the little ships that show up in like medium risk targets, high risk target missions in Stanton, they're even way more competent than like when I was first getting into like VLRTs and LRTs. So I'm kind of thinking about going back to Stanton for a while actually. But and MSK Misk, I don't know, some MSKE 30, I don't know how to say your first. They didn't even release the game. Star Citizen is released. I don't understand. What don't you understand about the definition of release? Like the word released means that everyone has access to it. Everyone can buy it. Everyone can play it. It's released to everyone. The public has access. Everybody has access. Anyone can buy it and play it right now, which means it's released. So it's released. It's not finished, right? Okay, but now you have to now make the argument. All games, when they release, are they finished? Elite Dangerous just released Colonization. So for the last 10 years of Elite Dangerous being out, released, was it finished? Because they didn't have Colonization. So it wasn't finished. Right? I don't think people actually really think about these things very often. All the games we get are not finished. Unless you get the game on day one, it has all its fix patches, it has all its DLC, it's there, it's packaged, that's the whole thing. A lot of the times, actually, when you buy a remaster, or is it a remake, one or the other, when they actually take the whole of what something was and they put it in a one package and put it out, it might be remaster. That's a finished product, right? But that product has been out for years and years already. So it's kind of well, what is finished? When a game is done? Because no games come out done. They're just not done. None. Like, I'm trying to think if there's a game that's released and then it gets no DLC ever and it doesn't need any updates at all because it's done. It's finished. It works. It's done. It's good. I don't think that happens. Unless you can inform me, I don't think that happens. Like, a lot of people don't realize how far along Star Citizen is, and that it's a game. You can play it. I play it all the time. I live stream it, literally. I mean, even yesterday, I got more crashes than I've ever had, ever, in one stream, and I still played the game. Like, I still did a whole bunch of stuff just fine. I guess it does come down to what you're used to playing. Look, there's a lot of preference involved in all of this as well. So it's not necessarily that, like, if someone doesn't want to play Star Citizen because it's not finished, that's fine. Because that's literally the same as, like, a game just came out, but someone doesn't want to play it yet till all of its DLC is out and it's like, it's all there. I don't see a problem with that at all, actually. Because it's the same thing. I just think people don't acknowledge it's the same thing. Anyway, I'm trying to drag these comment section out a little longer here because I only got 8 comments today, which is nice, but at the same time, I just want to jump in the game. Alright, last comment. It's crazy how similar yet different these two games are. It's like twins raised by different families. That's actually a pretty good comment. Because you gotta understand, there's no ways the Frontier Developments and CIG aren't looking at what each other's doing and, like, trying to copy each other, or like, well, I like that idea, we should, like, use that with our idea. And they're going back and forth. There's no ways they're just ignoring each other, sticking in their own lane. There's no ways. They're watching what each other's doing. There's no ways they're not. But it's a very interesting, because they started at the same time. I always wish there was more competition in the space game sci-fi genre over the last 10 years. There hasn't been much, but I understand, like, it's not easy to deliver a really good space experience, just because how big space really is. So I think they've all done a really good job, actually, so far, except Starfield. I can't say enough bad things about Starfield and the lies that they sold us. But anyway, good. I have to go I have to go through all my footage, my low fly footage. I've been trying to go through it, and it's been awful. Well, it's not awful. That's the wrong word to use. There's just so much of it. It's hard to sort through, get all the good parts. There's so many clips. I've been through these. I have to go through these. Oh, it's taking time. I want this video to come out on Friday, so I got some work to do tonight. Okay, let's jump on the game. Let's do some bounties. Do a little low fly. Make a little music. Oh, I'm not gonna use this right now. Did anyone ever play the game Dune 2000 back in the day? Because if you want it, it's been like remastered with extra content, and it's free. It's been remastered in 4K, so it goes on a 4K screen, even though the game came out in like 98 or something. But if you go to the Grunt Mods page, you can download Dune 2000. Yeah, I got it. It's down here in the corner. It's for me, that game is really addicting, so I try to actually stay away from it. Because you get, like, there's a mission, it's like, okay, here we go. Here goes 5 hours. Because one mission is usually, it's not just like a 2-hour thing. Unless you're playing on easy, but why would you do that? It's a waste of time. It has a lot of good extra content missions, though, that weren't part of the main thing. And when I was young, that's the only thing I ever did was... Actually, the guy who built a family computer, he had some of his own saves on there, and I would just finish his saved missions. I would never start from scratch and do it myself, because I didn't understand strategy when I was 11 years old, you know? I don't know why. So I've played a lot of other RTS games. Not a lot, because I just love Dune. And Dune is just, I don't know why, it's simple, actually, when you really break it down. But it's so good. I don't know why. Because I like, I like Dune, the story, the book, the movies, and stuff. But the game, I like it separate from all that, the lore and the stuff. But it's cool. It's a cool game. Dune 2000. It was for me, it's timeless, actually. Oh, this guy's in a lobby with 49 people. This makes me want to go do Vaughn missions. When you're in a lobby with 49 people, it's safe. Like, you're pretty safe, especially if people are like pretty spread out. Or there's like an org right now. He's in an org. They're all over doing a line of mine or something. It's like, yeah, you guys can have Daymar. It's all yours. I'm gonna go do Vaughn missions. It's too far away though. I wish there was some Vaughn missions going on in Pyro. There's new missions coming, guys. New missions. We're getting like some new combat missions end of the month. Like 1 week. Probably 1 week from tomorrow. Possibly. Or on Friday. I don't know. No, I think it just hit the PTU like this last week, so we got 2 weeks from last week. Also, I didn't even know, I mean, I read them, but I didn't acknowledge it. But went to Mista, sent a couple of super chats yesterday. I completely didn't acknowledge them. I read them like they were just regular comments. But that was great. I didn't even know I had that on, honestly. I didn't know I had turned that on. Super chats. I think it's memberships I haven't turned on. I have to find out. I have to figure out. I have to figure out what I would do. I'm not just like, oh, here, become a member, and then there's like no reason to be a member. You know. I'll have to like figure out my Discord. We had a little Discord group going. Unfortunately, for the week, if I have a Discord group, you're going to be able to say and do and whatever you want in there. I really don't believe in moderation. I believe in self-governance, so if someone's being an asshole, everyone's gonna freaking rip them. Why am I dying? Oh, yeah. I'm only wearing clothes, so that's gonna happen all the time. I'm gonna slowly suffocate to death all the time. Because sometimes there's like spots, patches in stations where you, there's like, I don't know, no air. And you suffocate. So when I stepped out of my hab, I suffocated a little bit. That's the price you pay for looking good. Look at that. I look great. I have a cape. It has a gold trim. And I have racing gloves. So you can't stop me. Except if there's no oxygen. That might stop me. Okay, so I want to take out the oh, I didn't call it. That's fine. We're just gotta wait 5.5 minutes. I could go out in the... You know what? Let's go out in a little Taurus. The old Taurus. It's so ugly, but it does the job, right? It's very utilitarian. Dying again. Come on. Fix your station so we can breathe. No. Medium hanger. What's going on in this? People are awfully talkative for there only being 49 people in this server. But I'm not used to such a big ship being in the hangar. I'm used to the little Arrow or the 85X or something. Oh, I gotta do this too. I'm noticing. I like it to be smooth. I hope the life support systems work on the ships. Because I know it's like off for whatever reason, but I hope there's still life support or I'm gonna die. As soon as I leave the hangar, I could die. I just like, look at the gloves. Yeah. We got the gloves. I gotta do my power. And open the door. I already used the ship. Do I have missiles? No. I don't. I must have used them all. Whatever. We'll do without missiles. Until we die. Okay, let's take a mission. Let's see. Should we do it for an hour? We're at 2 mil. Let's see if we can hit 3 mil in an hour. I think we could do it. Doing 136s? I think we could do it actually. Back to back 136. Let's go. Don't die. That's in Elite Dangerous, my squadron, Elite Dangerous, that was our motto. That was our saying. Don't die. Oh, those were the good old days. The Elite Dangerous squadron. We all had our own system. Like in space, we would do BGS and like take over another system, and then we would assign someone to that system, and they would like do the bounties and all the points to make all the points to move the politics and stuff. And then we brought in anarchy factions, which were then buffers. Because if you wanted to start a war to take an asset in a system, you had to match their reputation or their, what was it called, influence in the system. But it would be like the next faction's influence. So we would always put anarchy factions between us and everyone else. So you had to go through the anarchy faction. But when you're an anarchy faction, we would do like a lot of murder and stuff. And a lot. I had a Corvette. I had a Corvette on Elite Dangerous. I still have it. It has a bounty on it of like 2.1 billion. I murdered a lot of ships for the sake of BGS, background simulation. There's so much potential, man, with Elite Dangerous. There still is. They just have bad marketing, so they don't have funding. Sad. Okay, where's the actual? Is that? There he is. What are you? That's a stealth. What's it called? No, it's not. It's I forget what those are called. It's the one with a big gun, the Ion, right? Or whatever. Whoa, why is there so many, what is that over there? Is that a player? There's 2 bounty missions here. I'm just gonna try to go after mine and get out of here. This is why I wish I had missiles, because sometimes you can, like, I'm being hit. Sometimes you can kind of, oh, he's coming over here. Sometimes you can kind of, like, get them to come over to you with some missiles. He's still far away, though. Yeah, it's the Ion. I can see his cannon rounds coming at me. Yeah, there's no inertia in this game. Why is my aim so bad? Because, like, if I wanted to stop and aim the other way, it's like, you gotta pull it back this way. Oh, you gotta go this way. The arrow, it's just the arrow's so snappy. It's crazy that like one guy would he would judge a game based on a single ship when there's like 100 and something ships in the game. And that's like one of the smallest ones too. Okay, I gotta try focus. That's not something I've ever been able to do. Music might help me focus. I really like to do this to music because I like to hear the lock-on sounds and the radar contact. Like, I need to hear that stuff. Next mission. Oh, I like seeing the glove and like clothing and not. I like just being in normal clothes for once. Even if it means I'm gonna die for no reason at some point. It's gonna happen. I am gonna suffocate for no reason. I wonder if I can carry an oxy pen. And a med pen. I wonder. You should be able to carry some stuff on clothing. Like pockets. Clothing has pockets. I'd imagine. Wait. I jumped to the wrong thing. Oh, I need to drop out. Change. Oh, well, I have to do the power thing. I probably have to do the power thing. Power bug. Maybe? Yeah. Yeah, I gotta do it. Hopefully that works. Else I'll have to mess with it. We're good. The old trusty fix. I need a pop-out chat so we can see the whole thing. That's better. That's better. I have a really hard time reading that screen. It's like 4 feet away from me. So I have to like pop the chat out and zoom it in a bit. Then I can see. Oh, am I not here? It's gonna let me jump like 1 kilometer? No, it won't let me jump at all. I kind of hope they remake the Stanton Lagrange points so they're more like this, just less rocks, less planet asteroids. Just like the colors. The clouds seem like smaller when you fly. You actually feel like you're flying through them. They're not just in the backdrop. Where's your friendship? I need the target. What is happening? Where is he? Those are the friendships. They're far away. This one's coming over. It's okay, where's the actual target? I don't care about those ships. Not really. Where? Oh, there he is. Whoa, look at all these. I gotta fight 6 dudes? No. You want me to fight 6 dudes? Come on. What are these 2 doing? Doesn't look like they're flying to me. We're gonna fly this way. Yeah, I don't think they're coming after me. I think it's like, I think there's 2 bounties being spawned in these places. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, like I'm not worried about I'm not worried about a salvage ship shooting at me. Just not a problem. Ooh. Next mission. You can tell I got more experience in this ship than other ships. We're just gonna fly through these. I'm being hit. Good thing I didn't jump to nav mode. Why am I red, actually? Oh. Holy moly. That Inferno or whatever. Yeah. Actually, I should be shooting him first. If he's got something that's going through my shields like that. Is that the ballistic version? What's it called? I think it is. Ah. He's going through my shields. Oh, he got me. Well, at least I finished the mission. Caught me off guard. That's okay though, because I was using this ship to do missions previously. And no, I'm not getting a new mission. I'll just take out the whatever. But it's fine because this works out. This actually works out because my ship had no missiles, so I wanted to blow it up and get a new one anyway, but that would have taken time, so I didn't do that. But then also I used this ship to do like 1.5 million worth of bounties. That's why it was empty. It had no missiles in it. And it had already taken damage. So that's why I turned red so fast. And then I was not expect. I didn't know they were coming after me. But that's okay. Cause I can just go back now and get a new ship. And I'll have missiles. And I finished the mission, right? I killed the main target, so that's fine. It all works out. But I have a rule. If there's a hammerhead and there's no cargo, I cancel the mission. It's not worth it. I've killed hammerheads on stream multiple times solo. I can do it. I don't need to prove I can do it. If there's no reason to do it, I'm not going to do it because it's a time sink. It takes like 20 minutes. 20 minutes if you want to make sure you don't die anyway. Because you keep it at a distance and you do a roll, and at a distance he can't hit you, but at a distance your lag pip is no longer accurate, so you kind of have to wing it with the aiming. But if you do it long enough, you can get him. So that's the only time I cancel a mission, if it's a hammerhead. Except the other day where I was like, fine, I'll fight it. And I went to fight it and he flew into an asteroid and I finished the mission and I won. But that obviously doesn't happen every time, so usually I just abandon it. Yeah. Like, even when I do ERTs, if I'm doing an ERT and I'm in Stanton, there's a hammerhead there and there's like 2 cargo ships off. I'll bait the cargo ships away from the hammerhead, kill them, take their cargo, cancel the mission, and then I still make more money like off the cargo, right? So, but in Stanton there's no cargo, so I understand why you would cancel a mission. To an extent, it isn't worth it. In certain situations, absolutely. Because why would you kill something for like no? Also because see, I also don't want to get used to like the whole rep. Like you don't lose rep when you cancel missions. I don't want to get used to that. You know what I mean? Because when it does start happening, it's gonna be it'll take more of a toll on me if I'm used to just canceling missions so often and not losing rep. There's a few things I kind of want to stop being so used to doing because changes are coming soon. Like the cooling changes are coming soon, like 4.2 kind of deal, I think. And where cooler, everything's gonna have to be cooled and stuff. And so I'm not turning my coolers off. You know what I mean? At least I try. I'm sure there's probably stuff that's coming that I'm not prepared for. But yeah, it is time. Like that's why I usually try to see where the friendships are, and then try to bait the main target away from them. Sometimes it might take an extra few minutes, but then you never have to fight all of them. It depends. Sometimes I'm in a mood and I just want to kill things. So I go after everything. But right now I'm good with we're gonna jump in the Corsair. I need more experience in the Corsair as the pilot. I've got tons in the Taurus, but I need much more experience in the Corsair because it's great. It's a great ship now, and I want to use it more. I've really not used it much, so I'm not used to it still. Plus, I've been in low fly mode, so I've been flying a lot of small ships, so I haven't really been able to get a good aim feel for the aim in that ship. And it's bad. I don't know if you guys have seen some, like the only reason I survive a lot of these bounties is because it's got decent shields. Like, let's just be honest. I'm not that good at my aim is not good. If I get into a space fight with a PvP pilot, oh no. Did I go to the small hangar? I did go to the small hangar. It happens. If I get in a fight with a PvP player, I'm done. It's over. Cause I don't have that kind of good aim. Except one time I hit a PvP player with a free aim torpedo. And I was so proud of myself. I was so proud. I was flying Retaliator, and as the pilot, you don't have access to any weapons. I was doing bounties, and I guess I took a bounty mission that was actually a player bounty, and I wasn't paying attention. So I jumped to the ring. I was like, oh, it's a Grimhex? What's happening here? All of a sudden, I start getting attacked by the dude, and I was like, oh, I can't shoot back. I was doing ERTs. I was in a Retaliator, dropping torpedoes into hammerheads. I wasn't expecting a player. And then a player just started attacking me, so I jumped away, but I knew he's going to jump straight after me. And so when I dropped out to the OM, immediately I turned 90 degrees. I remember I turned 90 degrees to the right, and I just went in reverse. Because I was like, if he's going to drop in, If he's following me, he's going to drop it and it's going to be right in front of me. So I just turned 9 degrees and went in reverse and just waited for him. And soon enough, he popped in. He saw me. He started flying straight at me. I just fired a torpedo. Like, my aim was perfectly on him. I just fired a torpedo. I wasn't even locked on him properly. I just fired, and he flew straight into my torpedo. And he went to prison. He had been trolling, and so he got like 13 hours in prison. I was like, ah. He asked me how I killed him, and I said, I didn't. You killed yourself on my torpedo. Because I've free aimed a torpedo at him. All he had to do was like move a little bit, and it would have missed him. It was a good time. That's one of the few times I've killed players. Up it comes from the depths. I hate how they have to send the pad down. I've talked about this before. There should be... all the pads should be with doors. Right? So all the pads should be doors that both do this. They basically do this. They go down... or no, they come up. If they open, they go back down like that. And it's basically... like they just go like... it would be so much better else it's got to go down. And then the doors have to close. And then it spawns your vehicle. And then the doors have to open. And then the thing starts coming up. They gotta speed it up. They gotta speed it up. It takes too long. Multiple ways they could speed it up here and there, and still have it be, you know, big and grandiose. Grandiose? Is that a word? Grandiose, maybe. Cause I get it. It's like big parts moving take time, but it could be done in a bit more efficient way. Whoops, I don't want to go to the roof. Mess hall. I don't want to go to the bottom either. Yes. I saved it. I am missing Stanton though. Do you guys miss Stanton? I miss Stanton. It's so clean there. I should go on a low fly tour of like Hurston Moons and Arcourt Moons. I've never been there. Have I been? I've only been to Aberdeen in the out of the Hurston Moons. Because Aberdeen's where the prison is. That's the only place. Okay, so we got some size 3 missiles in this thing, which is great. Let's do our power. I'm missing my advanced HUD. I gotta turn it on. Actually, let me leave. Let me leave first. And come on. Lift your big butt off the pad. And don't hit the freaking wing. Alright. Okay, so I need to get that setting. Where's the HUD settings? I need to get more familiar with the setting list. Or actually, they should just separate them better. Advanced HUD. Yes. Advanced HUD for labels. Everything's on. Everything is on. Should be on. But it's not. Maybe. Oh, the ship is flying. I'm not getting a HUD. Like the advanced HUD in the top. I'll just have to use these screens, I guess. I like the things in the corners, but I don't know why they're not showing up. That's fine. Oh! By the way, Winter Mista. I started watching The Contact. I got like 2/3 through. They just blew up the thing. Those religious zealots, they blew it up. I'll finish it after the stream. It was good. It's one of those good old movies too. The Contact. At first I thought it was The Contract, and I was like, yo, none of these have McConaughey in them. And then I found it. I was like, nah, I read it wrong. Alright, I'm good to go. Nah, it's good. It's good. It's got a great cast actually. It's I thought it was a newer movie. When I saw it was in the 90s, I was like, oh, this is great. And nostalgia hits. It's like, it's that time. It's like in that time frame of movies. I think like Jumanji was probably in that time period too. Just like those classic like American movies, you know? It was like a golden age for like 20 years of movies. But yeah, so far I like it. I'm excited to see what happens. There's still like probably like 45 minutes left in the film, maybe. About. But yeah, it's good. It's yeah. So far I like it. It's got to end well though. Dude, I was watching this movie. Oh no, it was a TV show. And I think it was on like Amazon Prime. Like this dude had this thing in the basement, and it was like an elevator or something to like a different place. And they were like on in like an observation room with like, and they're on like a different planet or something. And the end, it like finally got to a place where it's like, oh, like the whole show, it's like, what's going on here? And at the last episode, it's like, whoa, like this show's about to get so good, and then it's like canceled. I was like, oh, come on. I don't remember the name of it. It was good though. It was about passengers. Passengers sound really familiar, but I think now I'm thinking of something else. Maybe I'm mixing it up. Is that the one where like it's time travel? Is that the one? But the other one I'm also thinking of is also time travel. I forget what the other one's called. They're similar. Chris Pratt. Yes, with what's her name? The girl who invented like being a hero, a female hero. I forget what her name is. No, that's the one with Chris Pratt and Katniss Everdeen. I don't remember her real name. That's the one, right? There's just them two on this massive ship traveling. No, that was actually really good. If that's the one if that's what it's called. Passengers. Yeah, yeah. No, I saw that a long time ago. Probably when it, like, the same year it came out. I guess not that long ago because it's a newer movie, but no, that was a good one actually. I liked it. All right, let's get some more bounties done. I actually liked how. What's great about movies like that is if the script is written well, like, you don't need all these other, like, there's not a lot of actors, right? It's them two on a ship, and that's most of the movie. And if you cast the right two people and the script is good, it's a win. Like, it's an automatic win. There was one movie I watched and I couldn't believe I watched it, because usually I stop myself from watching stupid movies. But there's a movie called Valhalla, and there's no talking. There's a bunch of dudes that just show up at a place, and they're like Vikings or whatever, and they just like look at each other, and then walk and like look at each other and look around, and like it was such a bad movie. And then I saw it won awards, and I was like, Hollywood's dead. Like, it's over. Hollywood's done. Movie with no words wins awards. Didn't tell a story. I was just like, it's like 47 minutes of dudes walking around and looking at each other and looking around, not knowing where they are. It's like, yeah. And then the movie's called Valhalla. It's like, yeah, way to be like on the nose. A bunch of Vikings have obviously died, and they showed up to a Valhalla, and they're like wandering around, not knowing what the hell's going on. And then the movie just ends. I was like, so there's no plot. There's no underlying message. It's just shit. I was like, great. It's a waste of time. I kept thinking it was going to go somewhere. It literally went nowhere. It ended. Just like their lives did. Maybe that's the message. Don't waste your life away watching stupid, bad movies. Gotta keep an eye on those blades. I also just learned a lesson. You gotta keep an eye on certain ships that have ballistics. Kind of like the Cutlass. He's got ballistics. They shoot through your shields, and it hurts. They turn you red. We'll send him a couple. No. He's not coming. Dude, this cloud's so thick, I can't even see. He's behind me shooting me. Or more than one behind me shooting me. Oh, come on. Why they got a dogfight? Oh. I'm so much worse than this ship. I'm getting hammered. Yeah, that's what's hammering me. That size 5 gun on that Buccaneer. What are you? Oh, these also got crazy firepower, actually. The Scythe, I think it's called. Shields down. I hate how they move. Like, they change their direction so fast. It's really not good. It's me or him. How does he have so much hull strength? Those were hits. A lot of hits. Like tons of hits. Since when do these get so beefy? What's going on here, guys? He's not blowing up. Is there a 30k coming? Server error, I mean? Goodness. That was almost very bad. Well, for whatever reason, the it's not a gladius. A gladiator, I think it's called. It just was not blowing up. I'm gonna freaking fight you from go backwards. I gotta get better at aiming in this thing. I gotta find the sweet spot. I gotta get better. I'm really bad in this thing. Well, we survived. I thought there was a blade around here somewhere. Well, I'm alive. Message retracted. I didn't see any of that. Okay. Well, it shows me my advanced HUD when I go into nav mode, so that's good. Oh, yap away. I have no problem. No problem with it. These are challenging, actually, because there's numbers. You gotta deal with numbers, and so when it comes to numbers, the number one thing I'm saying numbers a lot. The best thing you can do is pick the ship that's gonna do the most damage first, and take that one out. Just because that strategy's always worked for me. So oh, I gotta reset my nav. Let's go. Let's see. I got 20 minutes to make 500 mil. I've been wasting time though, let's be honest. Let's try to go quick. But I can do better. I did say I need to concentrate, but I've never been able to. So. Oh, there he is. Oh, it said locked. Get him. You're done. I'll fight an Ion any day. It's the other one. What's the other one? It's not the Ion. It's the I can't remember what it's called, but it has the ballistic gun. That thing is awful to fight. We're just gonna go this way before they all show up. Okay, I gotta rip through them. This next one should put me to 1.7. Flying through asteroids here, not paying attention. Ah, it's behind me. Dude, this place is cool. This giant... What is that? Like, what happened here? Something happened in Pyro. It's like a laser, like a giant laser beam went through a freaking planet. What was that? Alderaan? What's it called? What's the planet that got blown up by the space, the Death Star? Is that what happened here? La rocks here. And a thick cloud. Where is everyone? Oh, there they are. He's within 10 clicks. There we go. Here he comes. And that's how you do a mission. That's how you make 136K. Oh, don't shoot me. I'm in nav mode. You can't touch me. I'm fast as fuck, boy. Did you shoot my thing open? Nope. We still have all our wings. That's not bad. Not bad at all. We're gonna do it. We're gonna make a mill in 1 hour here. I'm only now just paying attention, but we're gonna do it. I could do 2 missions in 15 minutes. And we died and had to wait for the ship and stuff to whatever. But I say we, I mean me. I died. Yeah, I haven't seen Star Wars. Dude, Star Wars fell off. That's something I never thought I'd hear myself say. What was my... It was... 1074, okay. Oh, this is the far one, which means I'm not going to be able to take a mission from here. I'm going to have to jump back over there to get a mission. See you. Let's see if he's closer than 10 clicks. I hate how, yeah, I hate how the targets, you can't see like how far away they are. Just has his name in white text. But when you look at the other ships, like it tells you their name in red and then underneath how far away they are. I don't know why, but none of my targets, I can never see how far away they are. So that's why I like to have missiles, because if you put, like my missiles, I know the distance that they lock on like that, right? I hope you like these missiles. Locked. Oof. I love using missiles in this game, dude. If I had my wings up, he would have flown into my wings. I won't need to do full missions, so I'll do 121. Getting through them. Oh, pick a target and go there. It won't do it. Got it. What'd you say, Equinox? I showed multiple people the movie Valerian City of 1,000 Planets and said it's visually amazing but not great, and yet still it's better than the Star Wars sequels. Oh man, I'll be honest, I kind of laugh at all the people that said the prequels were shit. You know what I mean? They're all like, Jar Jar Binks. It's like, okay, I hear you. But, what about... I'm not gonna get into it. I can't... It's crazy. You can't talk about Star Wars nowadays without saying certain words you're not allowed to say anymore. Yeah, no, they just butchered it. It's because they hired the wrong people to... I mean, when you look at that TV show that came out, that flop that just got canceled, The Acolyte, it was written by a woman named Leslie Headland. Okay. Well, who the hell is that? Well, you look into it, that was Harvey Weinstein's former personal assistant. You know, the one that would like set up the meetings with Harvey and the new actresses? Yeah. She's a royal piece of shit. And they gave her a Star Wars movie to write. And then people wonder, what happened to Star Wars? It's like, gee, I wonder. How close are we? Lock on distance. Come on, come over here. I wish I had a dog whistle. Take your shields down. Come over here. I know you wanna. Controlled space. Oh, I fired too late. Go get him, missiles. Did they turn around? No. Rip. I fired too late. That's my own fault. I deserve it. Oh, come on. The lag pip is so bad when you have attritions. The shot speed is just garbage. But you can manage. You just have to get used to it. That's really what it comes down to. It's still letting me take missions, which means I must be over by Gaslight Station then. Last mission, which puts us to 3 mil. We made over a mil. And we got 6 minutes before we hit the hour mark. It's crazy how fast you just like go through these, man. If you're in a good ship where you're comfortable and you just go after those targets, you're making money. Like, think about it. If you played 3 hours a day for 5 days, you would have 15 million credits. Probably more, because if you think about like how much time I wasted dying and getting a new ship and talking and stuff and things. Blade Runner 1 and 2. Blade Runner. I don't think I saw the second Blade Runner. I feel like I want to say I must have seen it, but if I saw it, it would have been a long time ago, and I don't remember seeing it. But I've seen Blade Runner 1. I always felt like those movies should have got a remake, but not in today's climate, if you know what I mean. Something that kind of gave me kind of good vibes along those lines was that Altered Carbon show, but then that show kind of didn't really go anywhere. It didn't have character, even though it had the vibe, if that makes sense. But I had hopes that like Altered Carbon would be more of a modern, like a bit of more of a modern day like Blade Runner. Unless I'm getting movies mixed up. Like I said yesterday, I cannot remember names of movies. I'm the worst with names. I also remember someone asked me, this was like very long time ago, have you seen Blade Runner? And I was like, is that the one, the black guy with the sword? And they're like, oh, you're so illiterate. I remember the conversation exactly. Because you know, I was thinking Blade, but yeah. I've seen so much stuff, and then the names are all names. I can't track names. If people say, have you seen the movie where so-and-so does so-and-so and this happens? I'd be like, yeah, I've seen that. But when someone's like, have you seen this movie? I'm like, I have no idea. I mean, obviously, like, Blade Runner is a bit more iconic, so I do remember seeing the first one. I can't remember if I saw the second one or what's it about. You know, it's a really good show, actually, with Jason Momoa. It's called C, like S-E-E. That's about the whole world. A virus happened and killed everyone, but the only people who survived were all now blind. And it becomes real tribal and stuff. And there's like full-on like tribal wars, but everyone's blind. And they do such a good job of actually like making you believe everyone is blind. Like no one ever looks at each other when they talk and stuff. And so it's just like, it's a really good show if anyone's seen that show. I just need to get closer to these freaking ships, these small ships. If I get close, I get them every time, but come back here. Oh, I thought I was in the clear. Well, we made 3 mil and it is 1 hour exactly. I hate having to kill razors. They're so small and they move so fast. Get them. Got them. But they die like flies, so once you get on them, that's it. You win. It's usually hard getting on them, though. Oh, look, an M50. Same thing goes with these. I just love to joust. We're gonna go fly an M50 now. Come here. Stop moving. Did I keep hearing the proximity thing go off? I can't see anything, so I don't know if... Whoa. Whoa. Did you see that? No wonder the proximity meter is going off. The freaking rock right here. He just flew into it too. I didn't kill him. He killed himself. Holy moly. I'm so close. My lights shine on it. I knew I was like I was standing still and just turning, but every once in a while I was hearing the, oh, this thing is turning. This whole asteroid is turning. Whoa, it's so big. Holy. I was getting swallowed by an asteroid that's turning. That was probably about to kill me. Pyro's a dangerous place, guys. See, this is the thing, Equinox. A movie can have all the vibe and the cast and everything. The budget, the special effects. If the director does not demand what they need from the actors won't give it. Some of them do. Some of them know how to almost direct themselves and make things happen. But oftentimes, if you have a weak director, it can ruin an entire, not ruin, but squander the potential of an entire movie. So that's the thing. And so oftentimes I actually pay more attention to directors than writers and actors, because if you got the right director, it's freaking they can make magic with no budget and average actors, because it's all about getting the actor to do the thing, right? And then also being, I mean, the director makes the call. It's like, okay, that was it, that was the one, we're good, next, next scene. They're the one that decides, like, was that really good? Was that a really good interaction between two characters, or was that just like, you're hungry and you don't actually care that much, you're just here for a paycheck? There, and it shows in the final product when it comes to movies. Altered Carbon season 1 was great. Season 2 had a lot of answering questions, but the answers actually didn't feel like satisfying. Yeah, season 2 lost me. It's also, so this is my same problem with Doctor Who. I don't like when they change characters like that. I don't like it. I don't like it at all, actually. It also have a similar issue with like flashbacks, because sometimes like there'll be a flashback and like they'll use different characters because they're like younger then or something, and sometimes they don't get the right younger whatever, and it just doesn't work. So a lot of the time I'm against flashback stuff. By and large, I am. But when they change look, I understand that the change of character is completely part and parcel of the lore, right? Because the way they can change like bodies and stuff, I get that. Like, I completely get that. But it's just, for me, it's rough going from like one character to like a new one. And even in a lot of cases, I like both. It's just hard to like see them, they're the same person, because they're not the same person. So it can be a little difficult. Maze Runner. Maze Runner, I know, because it's an actual. It's all about the maze. But I could see how maybe people like mix up Maze Runner and Labyrinth, because they're very kind of have the same topic. Well, no, Maze Runner's a little, actually no, maybe not. Maze Runner's a bit more like newer, kind of like more of a. They're not the same. Okay, I need to go to Gaslight Station, which should be like back here somewhere. Dudley and Daughters? What's that? Gaslight. Here we go. Time for a little low fly. I want to go fly that M50. And we might even go heralding. Who knows? I think I watched a Maze Runner movie where it was literally like you had to get through like a whole bunch of. Oh, that was a long time ago. I don't exactly remember the point of it. But I know it's like the dude has to like get, run through mazes. Hence, Maze Runner. I think they remade it. Didn't they remake that movie? Like there's an old version of it and a new version. Oh, I can't remember. What do you guys think about the what do you think about the Blue People movies? Avatar. The Blue People movies. Am I upside down? No. Give me landing. Actually, I can't get mad. I didn't call for landing. Why isn't it giving me landing? Gotta push the button. Burn in Pyro. Been there, done that. Oh, I'm gonna have to do the thing and the stuff. Fun fact, you can actually fly in there with your wings open. It fits. But you can't really close them inside the hangar. And you have to close them to land. Oof. We're just scraping in here. Look how low I am. I'm scraping all my wings off. Look at this though. I entered this low. And I scraped my wing off. They gotta fix this. They gotta make it so that they gotta make it so the Corsair spawns in a large hangar. You can't do this. You can't do this. I entered so low with my landing gear up to save even more space, and it still ripped off my wings. It's I'm sorry guys, it may be a large ship long ways and width ways, but height, it's a large ship or a medium ship long and sideways. Cause I'm just gonna blow the ship up. I ain't gonna fix it. You know how much it cost to get that wing back with 2 size 5s on it? Nope. They gotta do it. Avatar was I don't know. I always liked the premise of the movie, but and then the second one, yeah, like you're not missing anything with the second one, that's for sure, with the Avatar movie, because it's very much so the same, uh, except it's so long. You always think the movie's coming to an end, and then something happens, and then it keeps going. It's like, what? I always found it crazy, like how much money those movies make, and how much money they spend making them. Holy! I also found it was weird in the second movie. They had parts of the movie were in like 24 to 30 FPS, and then other parts of the movie were in 60 FPS. And I never really, it kind of, when it changes, it looks weird. I don't know if I was the only one who noticed that. Okay, so blow the ship up. I push the button. I'm assuming it's gonna blow up. I hope it does. They really gotta freaking make the Corsair spawn in a large hangar, man. It would solve the problem. They wouldn't have to remodel the ship. Make the wings smaller. Even though I think they should do that. At least for now. Spawn in a large hangar. I did push the button. There it goes. Avatar 2 CIG in water was way off at some points. Yeah, that's... I understand what they're trying to do and everything. And it was fine. Like... Well, I'm not a fighter pilot, but it's just with movies, because I'm very conscious about the fact that movies for and TV shows for the longest time were in like just base 24 FPS, and then they moved to like 30 FPS, and it's still most when you go to when you watch most movies, they're not in 60 FPS. Vast majority of them are not. But then I always find it funny when people complain about they're playing like a solo game and it's not like above 60 FPS, so they don't like it. And it's like, all the movies you watch are not in 60 FPS, and you don't complain about those. You know, it's, I don't know. I always found it really kind of funny. That's when I started paying attention to FPS in movies. Because usually it's not something you even pay attention to, because it doesn't really matter. Okay, so there's also the whole part about like, so here, from my perspective, my theory I would suggest is that they can't see frames better than other people because they're pilots. They're pilots because they have better vision than other people. You know what I mean? Because like when the Air Force, especially in America, I'm sure every country's Air Force, when they decide they're gonna put a dude in this machine that costs so much money and send him out there, they're going to take the best dudes that they can find, right? So they're just, honestly, pilots are like better specimens on average, like vastly better than your average like human being or grunt or marine, or although marines can be pretty amazing specimens also. But pilots are just, they're just different. Like their minds, their eyesight, their reflexes, they're definitely like peak humans, you know? We don't respect the pilots, those Air Force pilots, because of their hard work necessarily. They're known for not having to actually go through all the difficult, crazy shit, because they gotta be in. They can never get hurt and stuff like that. Like they get treated much differently, but it's all perfectly understandable. So yeah, no, I understand. Definitely, like if the FPS isn't high enough and you're moving a lot, you get nauseous, you get motion sickness. But that's like low FPS. If you're over 30 FPS and you're getting nauseous, I don't think that might be a you problem. Like I'll get car sickness if I like read in the car or scroll on a phone in the car. I'll get motion sickness because I have really good peripheral vision and I can't like zone out the movement, and so I get nauseous pretty quick actually. It's actually the same reason I smooth my mouse movements out, because I find that my mouse movements will make me more nauseous than bad FPS. Um, but I just don't have a good, my mouse is not smooth, and I still don't have a mouse pad. I mean, it works and I'm just used to it, that's all. Yeah, definitely. Alright, where's the M50? I do want to claim, I did want to claim the Corsair just so it's ready to go whenever. And then, do I have both arrows? No, I'll get one of those. And we're going to take the M50 out for a spin. Haven't really, I flew it once. There it is. If you put a stressor in front of the brain, it adapts. Most people who start playing FPS start noticing. Yeah, no, you absolutely get used to things. Absolutely, you notice them. Um, what I do find funny is when people start like kind of, oh, I want 260 FPS. It's like, but your eyes don't catch, like you're not going to see a difference between like 140, 130, 140 and like 250. You're not really going to see a difference. Um the difference would come in your mouse, in your movements, depending what you were doing. Like if you're running in a straight line, and in 130, if you're running in straight line 130, you're running in a straight line 260, you're not going to see any difference at all. If you're moving sideways, if you're panning, you may see a difference. So it depends on your movement as well, right? Because like, I mean, I could show you now. Like if you're just moving in a straight line, you don't notice frame rate differences as much as if you're moving sideways, right? It's just like that. There's actually been studies like when you're like out, like when you go to a football game or a basketball game or something, you're sitting right there and you're watching the athletes what are your eyes seeing? Like, what is that frame rate? And they've gathered it's about like 130. So when you say you don't need more than 120, that's pretty accurate, like scientifically even, because your eyes aren't seeing. I mean, you can catch differences, but like I said, it's depending how you're moving. Once you get to 120 and above, there's not much of a difference anymore. From like 80 to 120, you're gonna see a big difference. From 60 to 80, you're gonna see a difference. But from 120, 130 to like 200 some, you're not really gonna see much of a difference. Even though it's a lot, there's a lot more frames in there. You really aren't even gonna, because it's also, the tighter the frames get, the less different they are, right? And so it eventually gets to the point where the frames will look so similar that you just won't notice. Your eyes just can't physically notice. So I was kind of laughing at people that start bragging about their 200 whatever FPS, and I'm like, it doesn't actually matter. It doesn't matter, dude. Did I call it? I think I did, but I forgot that I did. Yeah. Small hanger. Got sidetracked talking about FPS. And then there's me. I'm kind of just an FPS pleb. I just give me more than 24 FPS. I'm happy. I'm happy. They put in a medium hanger. What do you think about the graphics card that predicts FPS with AI? Yeah, that's like the DLSS stuff, right? It's just filling in gaps. People say it's like fake frames. It's like, well, if it's smooth, it doesn't matter if it's fake or real, right? That's why the 50 series of GPUs is so cheap in comparison to the, like, people are thinking, because the 4090 you could buy for like $3,000, and so people are thinking like, is the 5090 gonna be $4,000? No, it's like $2,000. It's like $1,000 cheaper, because the hardware is not actually very different. The software though is a whole new ball game. But also, I don't know a ton about all of it. I know a little bit about it, and I'll only speak to what I know, what I can see and stuff. We gotta make some music. Let's see. You're in VR and certainly notice it. Oh, I bet in VR. Oh yeah. See, that's a whole nother, what screen are you on? Because I noticed that, like, when you're on a smaller screen, the FPS tends to be tighter. When you're on a bigger screen, the FPS it looks, even though it might be 60 on a small screen, 60 on a big screen, it's going to look worse on the big screen than the small screen. And then it also depends how close you sit. There's so many factors when it comes to it. But in VR, where the screen's taped to your freaking face, any screen, like, you need a lot of frames in that instance, I could imagine, actually. But then again, I'm not a VR person, so I don't have to worry about that. Ocular cavity, 120 is nice, and for me, 70 to 90 is still very good. Yeah. See, everyone has like a different. For me, like, your bottom seems to be kind of 60. Like, you can handle that. For me, it's like 24, 22. No, that's like too low. But it's only 2 FPS less. But when it's less FPS, you notice much, like, you'll notice a difference between 12 and 15. But you won't notice a difference between like 80 and 85. You know what I mean? It's kind of, there's like. It's because the frames they look more and more alike. I'm an asshole. Can I get out? Can I get out? I hate when people open the door and they just sit there. So that's why I always call myself an asshole when I open the door and don't leave. But yeah, like, the frames get closer. So I only know this from editing, where I go frame by frame. And it gets to a point where there's no difference from one frame to the next. Your eyes, you just don't catch it. So the higher it gets, the less you notice. But yeah, like 70 to 90 FPS, that's great. Like, you really can't complain unless you're in like the world esports competition world championship match. But I don't think any of us are that special. Getting more than 120 reliably, also fake frames are bullshit. Yeah, obviously there's gonna be artifacts because of the AI. Yeah. No, it's all it all comes down to preference, man. It really does. It comes down to preference. It comes down to what screen you're on. It comes down to what game you're playing. It comes down to like the game you're playing. Is it on a server? Because now that's a whole different ball game. Also, like it's kind of crazy how important, like how big a deal FPS is in gaming. Like there's not just like a standard and everyone just sticks to it. I mean, with consoles, it always was like that, right? But on PC, everyone has a different PC, and so you end up imagine having to optimize games for like 800 different kind of PC like builds and stuff, different operating systems, and like, oh man, so that would be a nightmare. I'm glad I don't have to do stuff like that for a living, actually. What are these lines? I'm seeing some lines here. Anyway, let's go do a little low fly. Wait. For you, 24 to 30 FPS is big? What do you mean, like, the difference, you mean? Yeah. No, absolutely. But it's also, so for me, my preference, I was a console gamer, like OG PS4 and Xbox Slim. That was like Xbox 360 Slim. Those were the consoles I owned. So like 30 FPS was like all I knew. It never really went lower, never ever went higher. So 30 is like good for me. A little bit less, like at 24. That's why 24 is my bottom. But I totally understand people that play Counter-Strike and stuff on PC, and you've been playing at like 120 FPS. If you go jump on a console and the game's playing at 30 FPS, you'd be like, what the hell is this? Like, it all just comes from your preference and what you're used to. You'd be surprised how easy it is to get used to 24 FPS though, as long as it's not a, whoops, I always forget. Sometimes I don't I have like the auto fly on, and so when I drop out I start flying right away, and that's a gas giant, so I started burning up in the gas giant. Holy, this ship is fast. In nav mode, it goes faster than the 100i. It goes 25. It goes 25 meters per second faster than the 100i. Wow, this thing is quick. Alright, where's the planet? Here it is. Yeah. No, I totally get it. I watched my nephew play Minecraft in 24 FPS, and I couldn't. Like, he just like snaps the controller around so much, and when you're panning like 180 degrees in 24 FPS, It'll make anyone nauseous. Sip of water for all the nose breathers in the chat. Gotta stay hydrated. Okay, so where are we at today? That's my spot over there. I don't see my islands. I just see these. That one's a dark one, and this one also a dark one. I probably just missed them. They're probably over here somewhere. They're probably over there. Okay. I'm glad I found this spot up here because I can actually use these jump points now. Yeah, Minecraft, and because Minecraft, the way, you know, like when you're like, especially when you're like moving around, you're not actually like the character running around or whatever. Just I don't know, the way the kids play, man, they just like flinging the camera around, and that's like in a super low FPS, and I'm like, dude, like, I can't see this right now. And he's just like trying to show me something. It's like, yo, stop moving. Whoops, I jumped all the way. I didn't drop out. Gonna leave atmosphere real quick. This thing's so fast. Wonder what the fuel tank's like on this thing. Because it screams daily driver. Like, you want to get around? This thing will get you around fast. Oh, there's one of the long. Actually, we're going right here. Whoops. We're out. Gone. Come on, there you go. You can do it. Breathe. That's the key. Do you guys know what that's from? 10 points to anyone who knows where that's from. This place looks nice. This thing is fast. I should try it like just pretty much full speed. We're gonna try. Nah, I'm not doing full speed. Lord of the Rings. Winds of Mystic gets a 10 points. Gimli. Freaking trying to keep up with Aragorn and Legolas as they're chasing down the orcs. And he's like, he's pretending like he's fine. And he's just not. He's fucking dying back there. And he's just like one breath at a time, pretty much. I'm not decoupled. There we go. Let's try this again. Oh, we didn't make music. I need some music. Let's see what we get. So there's a lot of trees on these islands, and these islands are super high up too. I'm lucky there's no clouds here. Okay, so I'm not used to this ship, so we're gotta figure it out. This ship is no Arrow. It's got potential though. Nah. The side thrust isn't so hot. The up thrust is decent. Ah. Couldn't pull it up. Collar docking. I didn't know there was a problem with it. I don't have any ships that are that big. Biggest ship I have is the A2 right now, and it fits in a hangar. What's wrong with the collar docking? And when did it break? Collar docking. Is you have a Polaris? Or a 890? What else collar docks? The Hammerhead? Trying to think what doesn't fit in a hangar. The Polaris, it was broken, and I saw others taking on a forum like it had been. Okay. Well, it has been a while since I added the Polaris. I'm guessing it works now. It usually doesn't take that long to fix stuff like that. I'm guessing because Polaris came with 4.0, right? I'm guessing it probably got fixed by like 4.1. So question, Ocular Cavity. How much did you end up having to pay for your Polaris? And do you think it was worth it? I'm just going off a comment from earlier where someone was saying something about like CIG selling ships for $1,000 and Frontier Developments being more humble about their ship sales. Because you have a Polaris, which means, I'm guessing that means you bought it. Because getting it from Wicklow takes a while. So I'm guessing you didn't get it from Wicklow. And you can't buy it in game yet, so. But I'm curious, because I mean, how much money are people willing to spend on ships, and what's fair? To me, I think whatever you can get is fair, because people don't have to, right? If this arrow right here was $15, I would already have it. I would have already bought it. It's $15, but it's $90, right? Which makes me kind of, you know, wait and pump the brakes and make sure I have extra funds and to throw at it and stuff. But then with some of the bigger ships, you know, like if this arrow was $900, I don't think anybody would buy it, right? So there's like a limit. And I think whatever that limit is what is fair. But the limit's actually decided by the consumer. Like the seller takes a product, they put it through marketing first, right? How much would you pay for this? How much would you buy for this? And then they kind of usually find the average, and then they go with that. It's the consumers choose what the price is. I don't think, like, I'm not an economics major, but I know a little thing or two about economics, like capitalism, you know. I got it right when it first went on concept sale, so it was the cheapest. And traded most of the ships I had except the 300 for it. I slowly bought ships over the years. So that's understandable too. It's not like you went and dropped like $1,000 on ships, you know. Like over the years you got them, and then a big expensive ship came out and you melted some of them to buy that one. That's totally understandable. Also, I didn't take their options they give you into account into my little thing. What am I doing here? After they started devaluing the money. Yeah. I hear that. Okay. Okay, so those islands, they're too much of a mountain. I need more flats. So we're gonna drop out early instead of jumping all the way up there. There's my spot. There's not even a lot of clouds there right now. That's awesome. I wonder if I should go to the north. Actually, here. That's what's up. I'll be right back, guys. I'll be right back. No, we're good. We're good. We're back. What's up, everybody? Make sure you fondle that like button. My button likes it when you fondle it. Treat it nice. Okay, let's actually make some songs. I'll just take this. There's 6 songs. Is music loud enough? Too loud? Not loud? Just let me know if it could be louder or softer or whatever. Cause I don't know. Okay, so now I gotta cut the speed. I got my advanced HUD back on. It feels right. I turned it off because I thought I could see better, like see more without the stuff on the sides, but I don't like it as much. Oh, the arrow. Like you just feel it. It feels so good. Not comfortable yet. We'll get comfy. Those are some cool craters back there. I'm all skittish. Almost lost it. That was a crazy one because I was full spacebar down, no thrust. We pulled out of it. Awesome. A lot of trees here. I bet I'm gonna die on a tree. The lighting's also a bit weird because of the clouds. I can't go that way. It's all cloudy and dark. Oh, I can't see. That was nice. I thought I was gonna smack that rock. Missed it. I love when you get in the tunnel vision mode. This is what I live for, dude. This is why I play this game. Takes like a good 5 minutes to get into tunnel vision. But once you got it, it's just locked in. I'm like surprising myself here. But I'm just locked in. It's like it's like a sixth sense, man. That dude was trying to tell me there's no inertia in the game. It's like, all I'm doing right now is drifting. Literally. Because of inertia. Oh. That was a last minute tap on the space bar to save my life. Oh man. I want more systems with more planets and moons so I can go low fly. New terrain. Beautiful planets. Oh. Look at the lines here. And let go. Yeah, the entry is important. So good. Oh, that was so good right there. I got really flat like a pancake. What a slope here. What a slope. Yikes. This is the best place. This is the best place to low fly in the entire game, I swear. Can't believe I made 1,000,000 credits today, like it was nothing. I did die. It was that, but it was nothing. There was no emotional damage. I can't see. Come on, clouds. Off with you. Try a low fly here. Okay, there we go. That was a big old cloud. Oh, there's just another cloud here. Low flying has me in the clouds. They're not thick clouds though. But I still can't. I can't low fly having to ping. That's not it's not gonna work. Come on. Here we go. Music is quiet. I miss the fur balls of yesteryear. I don't know what that is. That must have been before my time. Actually, I'm sure I could actually turn it up a little. I don't know where it is. Oh, usually it's like halfway. So it's like audible, but you can't really hear it. That should be good there. There's no trees here, or rocks, or cactuses. We're just gonna fly this way. Toward the sun. Into the sun. The song, I'm feeling it. I wonder where it's gonna go. Oh, there's the cactuses. Saw a cactus. I barely missed it. Ah, cloud. I love the gaps. Hello, Shadow. Little kiss. It's nothing like a good old low fly. Just put a skip in your step. Yeah. 8 years ago, huh? You've been around for a while. Song's great. Oh, look at the levels. Look at the levels. Just came down too hard. I'm actually surprised I died. There must have been a rock there. I got in a really good groove there for a second though. got into the tunnel vision. I kind of got to a point where I was like, I don't know where to go. And then I just started getting cocky and I slammed it down. I deserved it. I like making a mistake and dying because of my mistake instead of hitting an invisible object, I gotta say. Every time I get in an elevator, I die a little bit. Yeah, it happens an awful lot in Pyro. They still need to I don't know what it's called in their program, but in Blender, when you like, you gotta like pass through and make sure there's no, because you can hit Alt H and it'll hide something, but it's still there. You just don't see it in the render, in the preview or whatever, and that literally is what happens. Things get left out. It's hard though, because they make like patches of planets at a time, like in squares or whatever, and then mix them all, and mistakes are made. It happens in almost every game. I remember in GTA, there was like objects you could set up in jobs where it was invisible and you couldn't shoot bullets into it, but you could shoot bullets out of it. Made a couple troll jobs. Oh, I just paid for that. I know I have a second one. I don't know why I did that. It's okay, we have money. We're a millionaire without 3 million credits. I want to learn how to fly upside down. Maybe I should start doing that. Just cut my speed right down. Go upside down. Figure out the controls for inverted. Because I want to be able to like flip between them seamlessly. So like there's like a ridge and I'm following it on one side. I want to be able to like flip over and then follow it on the other side upside down, you know? Just do cool stuff like that. But we gotta learn how. Doors. I was saying there's no inertia. What are you talking about? You literally see like the thrusters, like the correction thrusters either side. When I let go, it stopped. Like, what was that guy talking about? Where's the sun? Inverted flying might be easier with a HOTUS. Oh, I know it is, but I'm not just gonna be like, I can't do it because I don't have a HOTUS. A lot of people limit themselves. Yes, it's gonna be harder without sticks and head tracking because we can't like look up. But doesn't mean it's not possible. We're just gonna have to practice harder. And it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be real bad. We're gonna die a lot. But that's what it takes. I have a HOTUS. Actually, it just squeaks. So, it annoyed me more than other people, honestly. I just can't do the squeak. All right, there's this bunch of spots all over here, right here. I've been there a lot. I've been... I don't know if I've been here. Is that my island? No, that's not my island. Is that my island? No, that's the small one. I haven't seen Australia in a while. It's an island that looks like Australia. And it's such a good spot. It has the best, it has a lot of gaps to connect and fly through. We'll go this way. Actually, I want to go that way, but I can't. What about over there? We'll go over there. Oh. Oh, there is my island. This island is so good. How many clouds are there? I want to go there, but I'll just hit up this corner here. That's a good spot here. It's about the same size too. This area is so good for low fly. So is this island, both these spots. This corner here. It's the bee's knees. Okay, let's make some songs. I gotta decouple. I like some of those songs that I just made too. Well, I didn't make them, I generated them. Let's just be honest, shall we? I didn't make shit. I clicked a button. I copy and pasted a freaking prompt and then I clicked a button. Yo, I opened up that stupid HOTUS so many times and I lubed everything that I could. Like, I almost completely dismantled it and put it back together, lubed everything I thought might be rubbing. Still did it. It was not a good one, so I'm not, you know, I'm not fussed. Also, I just don't want to learn, I don't want to learn to use sticks again, honestly. It feels like more work, like getting onto them. There's a ship here. Like, there's something about, I don't know, man. Like, there's something about just having your hands, like, on a controller. Or, like, just on a mouse and keyboard. And not having to, like, worry about, like, buttons and twisting. And it's cool. It really is. You can fly a lot better with them. Smoother. Way more, mobility, agility kind of options. And pair that with head tracking, you're basically the pilot. Like it's quite literally a sim. I'm just what's going on here? What is that? Cutlass. What is that? Oh, it's a prospector, isn't it? No, it's a cutter. A cutter and a cutlass. What are you guys doing out over here? Anyway, let's get to it. Looks like a wonderful spot. Let's see if it is. Should I go full speed? We'll leave it at full speed. Oh, it's faster. Obviously, I gotta get it decoupled. Almost killing myself already. I usually don't fly full speed. Because I feel like I can get closer and do tighter turns when I'm not, but let's go for it. I need to go back to where like the shoreline is. That's where all the good spots are. Dude, I don't like full speed. I don't like full speed. I would have made that turn and cut under there if I wasn't going full speed. Going faster is not like, you don't have to go as low to make it look like you're like, because the closer you get, the faster you're going. But if you're already going fast, it's kind of like, I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like it. We're going slower. I can pull off better turns and connect more lines when I'm slower. This is a very gaseous place. Gaseous? It's not a word. I need to get on the other side of this cloud so I can see. There we go. Look how flat it is here. Oh, this song's getting into it. Oh, I can't see it all. Too many clouds. There's the water. That's what I was looking for. Whoa. I was gonna try get back there. Too bad. Get up there. Oh, that's a boost. That's a boost to make it up there. I need more sunlight. Sun's going down. There's clouds. Get a little ship clean. A little car wash. Dude, I could just fly around forever. I don't even need anything to do. Might go over to the island. Did we go through there? I don't know if we go through there. Felt like a credit card for a second. So many nice little like tight spots to get through. Of course the map is just beautiful. The planet here. Okay, let's go to the island. I believe it's this way, but let's just make sure. Well, was I wrong? Where's the island? It should be right over here. There it is. It's further than I thought it was. Dude, the speed. Hell yeah. I did a lot of like goid hunting in Elite Dangerous with sticks, and it was great. It took me like a few weeks to learn though, you know, get comfortable with them. Like we could do this in nav mode at a stupid speed, but like what can you do? You see how long it took me to like change my direction, right? Like if you want to be maneuverable, you can't go this fast. Like it just doesn't really work. It takes so long to change your direction. You can't, it's not enough time. Like you need to see your path. And if you're going too fast, you don't have time to see a path. And if you do catch one, you're not going to be able to turn into it fast enough. What are you? Little Mercury Star Runner. What are you doing over here on the island? I bet he can't see me because I'm a small ship. He's a big ship. Think he'll shoot me? Let's go find out. Okay, then I actually gotta slow me down again, don't I? .206. Let's go. Sun's going down. Mwah, mwah. Makes me sad. Oh, there's trees here too. The sun's just too low and there's a cloud right in the freaking way of it. I can't see well over here. So this dude and he's Polaris. This is, I think this island's like his spot or something. Look how flat that is. It's crazy. Can't see when there's no light. Finally, no clouds. Nah, the sun's too low. I gotta leave. It's way too low. Too low. Can't see. Yeah, I used to, there was a trick to not getting scanned in Elite Dangerous. A lot of people also thought the station would scan them, but the station doesn't scan you. The station has system security that flies around the station and they scan you. If you actually travel too fast, they don't scan you. I don't know if that's what you're talking about, but there's literally a thing where I think if you went like over 400 meters per second or 370 meters per second or something, the system security just wouldn't scan you. So I'd always go super fast. You do like you line up, you flip, and right as you come through the slot, you boost, which usually stops you. Well, it depends what ship you're in. Some ships will end up stopping you and then pushing you forward again. But if you're in a cutter, one boost, sometimes it doesn't even stop you. Okay, I'm locked, so let's unlock. I'll hit up these mountains here. Ah, look how nice it is over here. Ooh. I'm glad I left that other place instead of trying to low fly there in the dark till I die. I'd rather start fresh, not have to die. Look at this here though. Look at those slopes. The flats. No clouds. We got the light. What are we waiting for? Let's get into it. Saved it. Almost reminds me of farmland here, you know, like the lines and the crosses and the It's kind of strange. 206. Oh, we got trees. We got slopes. Excited. Actually, this feels like a spot to record in. Did it start? It didn't start. Man, recording's not working. Now recording. There we go. Let's go. I think I have to do an update though. Am I decoupled? No, there's no ways I am. Oh no, I was decoupled. Okay. Those numbers were just going down real fast. Dude, the slopes here. I just need to get in a groove now. Oh, I don't want clouds. Hello, Shadow. I love when the Shadow shows up. Give him a little high five. Little wing high five. I flipped too soon. I like it here. What a canyon. Wrap it around. Oh, there's the Shadow. That was solo. Trees. Freaking clouds. Dude, once you're in the zone, like, it almost feels like there's butter on the bottom of your ship. And you're just, like, skidding along. I was like, no, my wing. I forgot. I was banked. Oh, dude. Low flying, like, once you're in, like, once you get the hang of the movements and you get locked in, like, oh, dude, it's just so fun. Like, you see every tree coming up. Like, you see every rock sticking up. You know when you're gonna die, exactly when you're gonna die. Like, oh, it's so good. Yes, that's got to be it though for today. I went way over last night. We lost like an hour of sleep last night. That's okay. It's been good, dude. All I want to do is low fly. It's not all I want to do. You know, I don't want to get on stream and low fly 4 hours a day, every week. You know. I want to do other stuff. I want to low fly other places. It's just Pyro 4 just has these spots that are just so good. Like, you get flat, there's grass, and then there's trees to dodge and rocks, and then the hills, the way they like roll into each other. It's just so good. Have a good one, Winter Mista. Tomorrow is Thursday, and that is my last day of streaming. Not forever, just for the week. I stream Sunday to Thursday, and then I take Friday, Saturday to work on videos. Oh, but it's been good. I'm gonna go get something to eat, and then watch the end of that movie, The Contact. It's pretty good so far. Or no, just Contact, I think it's called. It's pretty good though so far. We're gonna see if they bring it home with the ending. Other than that, yeah. 8 p.m. General Mountain Time. Around then. Tomorrow. Which is 10 p.m. Eastern. I will see you guys then. Make sure you don't fake a smile. Make sure you're doing something that'll make you smile. It's a lot easier to smile for real than to fake it. A lot of people think it's the other way around. It's really not. Anyway, hope everyone has a good night or day wherever you are. And I'll see you later.